Hey guys, I'm Coach Jay, and today I was going to talk about one of the most interesting calls that I ever had. And I'm a mental performance coach living down in Ponte Vedra, Florida. I work with college athletes, high school athletes, and every single day, 7 days a week, trying to help them get better. But I got a call a couple years ago from a guy from South Florida, and the call sounded a little bit different in the very beginning. This guy was a boxer. He was wanting some help, and you know we kind of started talking early on, and I told him I'd help him for a few calls. And so you know as I got my money up front, and he went ahead and paid, and then we had a few calls early on in the conversation. I asked him, tell me a little bit about your background. And this guy basically did not have a father that was active in his life, and he was actually in a gang. And so, he had a lot of trust issues. He had a lot of fear issues. He had a lot of anxiety, and I'm trying to work with him. He had a trainer, a guy that was setting him up for fights and all this kind of stuff, and he kind of felt like the guy might be taking advantage of him. And so, when we're talking, I asked him a lot of really tough questions, and got some interesting answers. We were never really on the same page, because we just come from such different backgrounds, and it was hard for me to relate to the world that he lived in, and I guess for him, same with him. But we still had a common bond in that we're about sports, and we're about winning, and we're about succeeding in life. And so, we talked, and over the course of working with him for a few hours, we did come to some resolution, and that was the last I ever heard of him. But it was a first and last call with a gang member, and I'm not sure that that's really good market for me. Most of my clients are, they're not, they're coming from a totally different background. Athletes that just want to get better at their sport. And so anyway, I'm Coach Jay. I live down in Ponte Vedra. Y'all can be found on X College Scout FB. I can be found on Psychology Today as Coach Jay, and my website is sportsintervention.com. So God bless.